Okay, hello everyone. I am back. Today I want to talk to you guys about regulating your nervous system and when you're going down like a spiral. This typically always will happen if you are dating someone, new relationship, talking phase, even when you're trying to manifest, like this will come up and trigger you. So this is emotional triggers, anxiety spiraling. So typically what happens is we have always just relied on other people in our lives to regulate our emotional triggers, okay? This is what happens when you are texting back and forth. Maybe that person has not responded to you and you get very needy and you're like, oh my god, why are they not responding? Why are they not responding? And in actuality, you are trying to self-soothe yourself, okay, through outsourcing other individuals. And this will never, ever, ever work. And this is what we have been taught to do, to run to that individual and express our feelings and, you know, talk about it. No, this is a common reoccurrence that I see time and time again. You have to stop relying on others for emotional regulation. Like all of this. And the thing is, even when you rely on these individuals, they're going through their own stuff and they're gonna have their own biased opinions when it comes to this. You know, Sally over here, she loves going out and getting drunk and like sleeping around on the weekends. Brad over here, he's very unhappy in his own marriage and, you know, he's out here cheating on his wife 24/7. Christian is over here out doing white every single weekend, going out, you know, being an F-boy. We don't even know who's over here. And then you have your friend that is very evil and conniving, and she loves, you know, manipulating people or sleeping around, and you know, her life is over here in shambles. She has that evil smile. Like all of these people that you rely on in your life to emotionally regulate, when that anxiety does come up, you want to call or, oh my god, can we hang out, da da da. Yes, that's good, but do not do it when you are dysregulated. I am telling you. The only person that you have in this life is going to be yourself, okay? So what we are going to do is learn how to self-soothe ourselves. What does this look like? This looks like when you notice the emotion is coming up, you are going to want to turn inward. I know, sounds very terrifying. You are going to go exactly to that emotion and sit with yourself. I truly believe everyone's experience and how they self-soothe is very different. I'm going to walk you through my process. Maybe it will work for you. Other people, they can just focus on the present moment and the pain will soothe that way. For me, I think I've always been more of a visual learner. And I will literally, whenever I notice this happening or I'm trying to seek attention or outsource validation, I will literally crawl into my bed and literally close my eyes, be in silence, no music. I love music, but no music. And I will visualize my inner child basically like looking outward for the validation, whether that's a guy I'm talking to or maybe my ego got a little bruised. Like I visualize her looking out and then like I come and get her and bring her close to me and like embrace her in a hug and basically give the love and validation that she is so desperately wanting. And I genuinely don't even think that this process is something that is bad, like relying on others. I think it's just something that we have never been taught how to do, is like self-soothe ourselves. We've always been taught, go talk it out, go do an activity with a friend, distract yourself, go to the bar. And every single time I do this, I like grab her and I bring her inward. Like, there are tears. It's a breakthrough of like, oh my god, I can actually do this. And I'll lay there and do this for like however long I need to, 10 minutes sometimes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I may do affirmations as well. It just depends, but I will literally embrace my inner child in the biggest hug. And anytime that I do this, like, I always recognize, like, I am going to choose myself over all of this external validation every single time. I am always going to pick the little girl, my inner child, the one that so desperately maybe needed attention and validation in her childhood. I will always choose that over any man, over any type of external validation anytime, because it's the only thing that truly works, honestly. And the anxiety immediately releases. It's almost like a superpower, honestly. I went through this like this past, when was it, 2 days ago, and this practice, if you do it over and over, you basically learn how to heal and self-soothe yourself. The moment you stop doing this, you will find yourself spiraling again, over and over and over. That's why you have to make this an actual practice anytime you notice this coming up. And the thing is, if you have been single for a very long time, this isn't going to come up until you get in front of someone that's going to trigger this. And it's like bittersweet, because you are going into this void of darkness and facing off with yourself, but it is a beautiful experience too, because you're basically coming home back to yourself over and over and over. And like I said, you can still do these things, but not with the intent of seeking their validation. No, it's going to come from a place of, I'm already whole and I'm already complete, and I'm going to go spend time because it genuinely feels good, and it's coming from a place of confidence, not seeking anybody's attention to self-soothe and self-regulate yourself. Another practice that people do is they will basically sit with themselves and focus on their hand or focus on a body part and allow the pain to basically immerse their body without having to think about anything. That doesn't really work for me though. I genuinely believe that I need to visualize like my inner child, because that's where all of this actually stems from. See, if you have an insecurity of like, oh my god, why is this person not texting me back? Why is this person not texting me back? Or something's like really triggering you, it's never the actual trigger. It's never the actual trigger that is the problem. It's the little girl that you were that never received the validation and attention, or the little boy. That's why this is always going to be the core root of the problem. Because yes, you can maybe do affirmations to try and like get you out of the spiral. That probably does work, but it's not going to be the core root of the problem. This is the core root of all of our problems. Our childhood self is always trying to seek what was never given to them, and this manifests through relationships, romantic relationships. And I promise you, the moment that you know you will always choose yourself, you are not going to settle for anything less. Like, you will have a superpower about you, you guys, where you will walk away at any sign of disrespect, because you have built this relationship with yourself brick by brick. It is so strong. You will ride for this little girl every single time. You will choose her regardless. And a lot of people, they don't have this. They're constantly relying on these people to regulate their emotions time and time again, and then the cycle just keeps repeating, and they manifest the same relationships over and over. But once you learn how to self-soothe, I promise you, it is a game changer. So let me know if you guys try this, and if you want me to make more videos on emotional triggers.